Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is give you a little orientation to what it is you're seeing on the screen, some of these menu items and the formatting bar. So the first thing in the top left corner, you should see your file name. We've been looking at that before. If you want to change it, you just click on it and you can change the name. Next to that, there's a star. So if you want to label your file with a star, what that does is basically sort of put it in like a hot list or favorites. So I'm going to do that. And if I jump back over to my drive, I can see there's my file. It's got the star, and its benefit now is over on the left side of my drive, there's an option here for starred. And if I click on that, anything that I've labeled with a star is going to show up here. Right now, I just have this file, so it's very easy to see. So I'm going to go back to my file. Right from this document, I can also choose to move this file into another folder by clicking on this folder icon. We have sort of our traditional file edit view options that we see. We've seen this in Microsoft Word. We are mostly going to be working inside of insert, format, and tools, and though I will be going over what's in all of these. What I want to spend some time on right now is going over this formatting bar. We have a print icon. These switch arrows are very important. They're very handy. It's undo and redo. This is a paint format tool. This has a specific function, and I'm going to go over that in a separate video, but it's pretty neat and can save you some time. If you are finding that the text is too hard to see on your screen, you can change your view. So if I thought this was too small, I could bump it up to 150. It's a lot larger now. Or if I thought that it was already too large, I could make it smaller, down to 75%. I'm going to keep it at 100%. Our next option on our bar is our styles. So if you don't know how to use styles, that's fine. Actually, I don't think that most people do. I will be going over it in a video later in which we're talking about the table of contents, because there's a direct relationship between these two. But if you are into styles, know that you can come in here and assign styles to different aspects of your document. We can change font types. So I'm going to highlight my paragraph, because just like in Microsoft Word, anything that you want to have changed, you've got to highlight first. So I've got my text highlighted. If I go up here to my fonts, I can change this to Georgia. If I don't like Georgia, I can switch it back to Trebuchet. Over on the right side, I can change my font size if I want. I'm going to switch it to 12. What's also nice about this is even though I have these default sizes here, notice there's no 13. If I just click my mouse into the box, I can override that and insert my own font size. To the right, we have bold and italicize, and we have underline. So the only caution I have for you in using these is with the underline. So when you're working with a Google document, one of the great things about it is you have a live document. You can pass along the web address to other people, and they can click links within your documents to go to other websites. You may remember that when you are looking at a website, traditionally, a link is indicated through an underline. So if you are using underline, as I've done here, as a way to emphasize text, people might be clicking on it like I am now, wondering why the link doesn't work. So save underline for things that you know you're going to be printing out, but if you've got a live document, don't use the underline as a way to emphasize text. So I'm going to turn that off, and it's just a matter of toggling that button. I can also change our text color, and I can change a highlight color. So right now our text color is black. I'm going to change it to red. So it's red. If I highlight this again, and if I come back up here to text, if I want to change now my highlight color, I'm going to click this highlight tab, and I'm going to click yellow. So now my text is still red, but it's got that yellow background. And so I'm going to highlight this, and you just need to remember that if whatever change you're making, you need to pay attention to the tab that you've clicked on. So I'm going to make my highlight white because I don't want a background, and instead of black, maybe I'll just go with a dark gray for my text, but I got to click on the text tab first and then select my gray. The next icon on our formatting bar here is to add links. I have a whole set of videos just set aside for going over links, so we're gonna hold on that. Inserting a comment is also an option. I'm going to save that for our collaboration and sharing videos, so pay attention to those. I've got my text highlighted here. If I wanted to change my text alignments, I've got left, center, right, or justified. So all I have to do is click on each icon. If I can't remember what they stand for, if I just hover my mouse over it, it will tell me. So I can change those if I want. The next icon with the up and down arrow is our line spacing. If I wanted to switch this to double spacing, I could. I'll put it back at 1.5. So there's a lot of things that you can change within your document to make it look different and make it more your own. Also within our documents, we can do things like ordered lists and unordered lists. So I've got a list of fruits here. If I highlight my list of fruits where it says 1, 2, 3, those are numbered lists, also called ordered lists. If I just click that, I get 1, 2, 3, 4. Nicely spaced, and it automatically indents it. If I want to do an unordered list, so normal bullets, just click the bullet icon, and there we go. If I wanted to decrease my indent or increase it, I can do that. And our last button here is for TX, for clear formatting, and I'm going to go over that tool as well when I tell you about the paintbrush. So those will be in another video, as well as this mode icon. So one common thing that seems to happen to a lot of people, it seems like I usually have this happen to at least one person in each face-to-face training that I deliver, is they lose all of these options here. Well, they're not really gone, but what happens is you can hide your menu and people click on it accidentally. So on the top right here, we have this little arrow, double arrows. If I click on that, some of that stuff is just gone. So actually it's our top menu that gets hidden. So it's there on purpose to make it so that you have more working space. But if you didn't know how you got that enabled, it's also, then you don't know how to get it turned off. So just know that that's what this button over here is for. So if you ever are missing tools, look for this. And then also in later videos, in the communication and sharing or collaboration and sharing videos, I'll talk about the commenting and sharing options that are available.